Let's drift together through tonight's peaceful bedtime story. Camelia and Tansy's journey into gratitude. This story is about a kind girl named Camelia who learns the power of gratitude from an ancient spirit named Tansy. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between lush green hills and serene rivers, lived a kind-hearted girl named Camelia. He had a habit of helping anyone in need. She loved the beauty of nature and felt a deep connection to it. One evening, while wandering through the forest, Camelia found a small glowing flower that seemed out of this world. Curious, she reached out to touch it, and at that moment, the flower transformed into an ethereal being named Tansy, an ancient spirit of nature. Tansy had been watching over the forest for millennia. She had observed Camelia's acts of kindness and decided to reveal herself. Startled but fascinated, Camelia listened as Tansy spoke, her voice as gentle as the rustling leaves. Tansy explained that gratitude and appreciation for nature's gifts could unlock great wonders. She offered to take Camelia on a journey to show her the true power of gratitude. They embarked on their adventure the next day. Their journey took them to hidden corners of the forest, where every creature and plant had a story of its own. Camelia marveled at the intricate web of life, and how everything was interconnected. Tansy taught her how to show gratitude through small acts, like watering a thirsty plant or helping a lost animal find its way home. Each act of kindness made the forest come alive, and Camelia felt a warm glow in her heart. They finally reached an ancient tree at the heart of the forest. Tansy explained that this tree was the source of all the forest's magic. As a gesture of gratitude, Camelia decided to plant a beautiful flower next to the tree. Her amazement, the flower blossomed instantly, and the tree's roots glowed with a radiant light. The entire forest responded with a symphony of colors and sounds. Tansy smiled and told Camelia that her gratitude had strengthened the forest's magic. Filled with an overwhelming sense of peace and fulfillment, Camelia thanked Tansy for showing her the way. Tansy, too, expressed her gratitude for Camelia's pure heart, and promised to always watch over her. Camelia returned to her village, her heart full of newfound appreciation for the world around her. From that day on, she continued to live with a grateful heart, knowing that every good deed, no matter how small, made the world a better place. The village thrived with happiness and prosperity as the spirit of gratitude spread from Camelia to everyone around her. Here's another story to warm your heart. Peony and the Unicorn, a tale of persistence. This story is about a young girl named Peony, who through persistence befriends a legendary unicorn named Lotus, and together they bring a new belief in persistence to their village. In a quaint village nestled between rolling green hills and a lush, whispering forest, lived a young, kind-hearted girl named Peony. Her chestnut hair gleamed in the sunlight, and her cheerful demeanor made her beloved by all. Yet Peony had a dream that seemed far beyond the reach of her petite figure and gentle hands. She wished to befriend a legendary unicorn named Lotus, who was as elusive as he was magnificent. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting golden hues across the fields, Peony would sit by the edge of the forest and hum a sweet melody. She believed that if she sang with enough devotion and persistence, Lotus would hear her. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months, yet she never wavered. On a particularly star-studded night, as a silver moon graced the skies, Peony's patience bore fruit. A shimmer of light caught her eye, and out of the forest stepped Lotus, his coat glistening like the first snow of winter, and his horn glowing with a soft, otherworldly light. Peony's heart pounded with a mixture of fear and excitement, but she kept singing. As Lotus approached, He huffed softly and lowered his head, as if to acknowledge her determination. From that night on, Peony and Lotus would meet under the moonlight. They roamed the forest together, with Lotus sharing the secrets of the ancient woods and Peony narrating tales of human ingenuity and kindness. Each night their bond grew stronger. However, there came a time when the villagers grew anxious about Peony's absence at dusk. Fearing for her safety, they pleaded with her to stop her nightly ventures. But Peony, resolved in her heart, promised them she would be careful. Her persistence and trust in Lotus assured the villagers. One fateful night, a violent storm rolled in with thunder roaring and lightning splitting the sky. Trembling but undeterred, Peony went to the forest's edge knowing Lotus would come. Amidst the storm's fury, a gentle nudge on her shoulder brought her solace. It was Lotus, standing protectively over her. Together, they braved the storm, their mutual trust unwavering. As dawn broke, the storm cleared, and the villagers gathered in awe at the sight of Peony riding gracefully on Lotus' Summer's back. From then on, the bond between Peony and Lotus became a symbol of true friendship and persistence. The villagers celebrated the duo, weaving their tale into the fabric of their community, life's legends. Peony taught them that persistence, fueled by love and trust, could conquer any obstacle. And so, the village flourished under the newfound belief in persistence, inspired by the nightly adventures of Peony and the unicorn named Lotus. Here another story to bring you calm. Camellia and Marigold, a tale of persistence. This story is about a little girl and a ladybug who learned the valuable lesson of persistence through their beautiful friendship. Once upon a time in a lush garden, where the flowers bloomed in brilliant colors, and the breeze carried the sweet scent of nature, lived a little girl named Camellia. Camellia was kind-hearted and curious, always seeking to uncover the mysteries of the garden. One sunny morning, as she wandered near the rose bushes, she met a tiny ladybug named Marigold. Marigold had a problem. Her left wing was slightly damaged, making it difficult for her to fly. Despite this, she never gave up. Camellia watched in awe as Marigold struggled to lift off the leaf she was perched on. Intrigued by her determination, Camellia gently picked her up and placed her on her open palm. "Don't worry, little one," Camellia said. "I'll help you." Together, they explored ways to help Marigold strengthen her wing. They practiced tiny exercises each day, flapping the wings in gentle puffs of wind that made the flowers sway. Slowly but surely, Marigold's wing grew stronger. One day, when they least expected it, Marigold managed to fly a short distance. Camellia's eyes sparkled with joy. "You did it, Marigold," she cheered. Marigold landed back on Camellia's hand, her body showing signs of relief and happiness. From that day, they became the best of friends. Camellia learned the value of persistence and how small acts of kindness could make a big difference. As for Marigold, she never forgot the little girl who believed in her and helped her so. They continued to explore the garden together, marveling at the wonders it held and the power of not giving up. The end. Here's another peaceful story for tonight. Kala on the generosity of Clover. This story is about Kala, a kind girl, and Clover, a benevolent witch, who together spread acts of generosity through magical seeds, transforming their village into a place of goodwill. In a quaint village surrounded by lush green hills, there lived a kind girl named Kala. She had golden hair that glimmered like the morning sun, and a heart as pure as the clearest stream. One crisp autumn afternoon, as Kala wandered through the forest gathering firewood, she stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A small, cozy cottage adorned with creeping ivy and vibrant wildflowers appeared, where she had never seen one before. Drawn by curiosity, she approached the cottage and peered through its round window. Inside, to her amazement, was a kind-looking woman with sky-blue eyes and hair that shimmered with shades of green. She was Clover, the kind witch known for her benevolence and magical skills. Clover noticed Cal's wide eyes and smiled warmly, beckoning her inside. With a touch of hesitation, Kala entered the cozy abode. The scent of freshly baked cookies and soothing herbs filled the air. "Welcome, dear Kala," Clover greeted her. "We have been expecting you." Kala's surprise grew, but Clover's presence felt oddly familiar and comforting. Clover led her to a wooden table, where an assortment of magical trinkets and elixirs were neatly arranged. They spent the afternoon chatting, and Clover shared stories of the village history and the wonders of the enchanted forest. As the sky began to paint itself with hues of pink and orange, Cal reluctantly mentioned her departure. Clover, with a twinkle in her eye, handed her a small pouch filled with sparkling seeds. "These are seeds of generosity," she said. "I'll send them wherever you go, and they will blossom into acts of kindness." Kala was overwhelmed with gratitude and promised to spread kindness. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Kala planted the seeds everywhere she traveled. In no time, the village bloomed with acts of goodwill. Strangers helped each other, and the community grew stronger and happier. Years passed, and Kala grew into a wise and loving woman, known throughout the land for her selflessness and warm heart. She often visited Clover, who had become like a second mother to her. Every visit was filled with new lessons and timeless wisdom. One winter morning as snowflakes danced outside, Clover took Kala's hand and said, "The greatest magic is within you, Kala. Your true kindness has made our world a better place." Tears of joy filled Kala's eyes as she hugged Clover tightly. They both knew that the seeds of generosity had not only enriched others but also blossomed within Clover's heart forever. And so, the village continued to thrive, forever brightened by the light of Clover's and Clover's unending generosity. Thank you for being here. May you rest well.